Hi BookTube, Sarah here and welcome to my channel. Today I'm coming to you with another weekly reading vlog. This is for June 15th to June 21st. Today is Monday. It is the 15th. Why am I looking at my watch to tell me that? It's just after 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I have not started my new job yet. I start that hopefully on Wednesday. I haven't heard back yet from my new boss on the official start date and all those things, but as far as I understand it, it will be on Wednesday. So I'm super excited about that, but because I had the time right now, I thought, let's sit down and film my videos for this week. So that's what I've already done, and now I'm filming the intro to this vlog. So I do not have a lot to share with you right now because I haven't finished any books yet today. I do not actually plan to finish any today. I have 2 books that I've started, and what I thought I would do, though, in this introduction clip is share with you guys my reading plans for the week and what I plan to actually read. Not necessarily finish all of these books, but these are all definitely books I'd like to get to this week. So I thought I would go through that now. So right now on audio, I'm listening to a book called Please See Us by Cleeton Mullen. And this is a thriller. This is a NetGalley read, and I do not want to say a lot about it right now. It takes place in Atlantic City, and it is about women who are abducted and killed, and the other characters that are kind of involved, not involved, but yeah, involved in a way with what is kind of happening. And I don't want to say much more than that. I'll talk about this more when I probably finish this one tomorrow, and I'll let you guys know a bit more about it. But right now, I am really enjoying it. Like I said, it's a NetGalley read, but I actually got a copy of it on audio from Scribe because it came out a couple months ago, I think, so I'm a little delayed on it. But it's being narrated by like 4 or 5 different people, which is it's very good on audio if you get a chance to listen to it. But again, stay tuned in the next couple of days for my final thoughts on that book. And also right now I'm reading The Bad Boy of Redemption Ranch by Maisey Yates. This is the 9th book, I think it is, in the Gold Valley series. And yeah, I don't know too much about this one. I'm only about 20 pages in, but it's another Maisey Yates. It's a cowboy romance. I don't need to know any more. This is also one from NetGalley. So yeah, I will update, of course, you guys once I get this one done, which will probably be tomorrow. Other than that, the other books that I plan on reading this week is A Highlander Walks into a Bar by Laura Trentham. This, I think, is the first book in the Highland Georgia series, and I'm looking forward to this one. And then The Last Train to Key West by Cleeton. This is another NetGalley read, and it's a historical fiction, and it looks really good. I've heard a lot of good things about this author. I haven't read any of her books personally, but I'm very much looking forward to this one. And then Love at First Like by Hannah Orenstein. This one I bought it on Kindle for like $1.99. It was a daily deal a few months ago. And when I did my randomizer to decide which books I was going to pull off my want to read list on Goodreads, this is one that came up. So I'm looking forward to it. Also, I have a bunch of books I want to get through this week, you guys. Stacey and the Missing Ring by Anna Martin. This is the first book in the Babysitters Club mystery series. This one, of course, these are all rereads for me, and I'm very much looking forward to it. What She Knew by Barb. This is a Harlequin intrigue novel. Another one I have from NetGalley, so a lot of NetGalley books this week, which is super fantastic. Fortune's Little Heartbreaker by Cindy Kirk. This is the first one in the bind-up that I have of the Must Love Dogs, and I believe this was a Harlequin special edition. I'll have the original cover up here. This is not the edition I'll be reading. I'll be reading the actual bind-up, but it's over there somewhere. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this one, of course. And Evasive Action by Ericson. This is the one that you guys picked for me in June for my Harlequin anticipated reads to read, and I cannot wait. And last but not least, I told you guys a lot. I want to get to a lot this week, considering I'm starting a new job. I set the bar very high. One Summer in Santorini by Sandy Baker. I have the second 2 books in this series from NetGalley to read, so I wanted to go ahead and read the first one, so then I could jump into the next 2 NetGalley books. And that's the same with The Highlander Walks into a Bar. I also have the next 2 books from NetGalley, so I want to read this first one first. But anyway, guys, quick little introduction to this vlog. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys all in my next clip. Bye, guys. Hi, guys. It is still Monday. It is now about 4:30 in the afternoon, and I just got home from picking up Garrett from work. And we came into some mail from Thrift Books. So I thought I'd just open this really quickly and show you guys, because I've been showing you guys my book hauls ever since last vlog. So there are, I think, 3 There are 3 books in here, but I think one might be Garrett's. So, first of all, I got The Bachelor's Christmas Bride by Victoria Pade. It is a special edition novel, and it is from 2010, it looks like. Looked really cute, so that's why I picked it up. So yay. I do so love thrift books. And the next one in here is, ooh, yay. I was looking, so I found these on thrift books, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to read these. So Silhouette, which is now part of Harlequin, they amalgamated and got rid of the Silhouette branding. But they used to put out these summer sizzlers, and I guess they did it for like a decade, and you get 3 stories in 1 volume. And I got this one, it's from 93. Silhouette Summer Sizzlers. And this is by Linda Howard, Carol Buck, and Suzanne Carey. Linda Howard, some of you might be familiar with her. But yeah, it says, where were you when the lights went out? Oh, so this is all stories about a blackout. I wonder if they all follow each other, like if they're all small stories within a larger story. That would be very interesting. And I do like it when anthologies do that. I think that's a lot of fun than just 3 independent or 4 independent little stories. So yeah, that one should be a lot of fun. And the last book in here, maybe it might be Garrett's, maybe it's mine, I do not know. It is Garrett's, in case you guys wanted to see it though. Star Wars, Legacy of the Force Invincible by Troy Denning. So that's what Garrett got. So yeah. So yay. So there's a little book haul. Talk to you guys later. Hi guys, happy Thursday. It is the 18th of June right now, and it is about 1:30 in the afternoon, and I thought I would sit down and have a quick little chat with you guys about the 2 books that I finished. So the last time I talked to you guys was Monday, and I kind of gave you the update of what I wanted to read this week. And so far I finished 2 books, and because I'm so used to my vlogs ending now on ending on Saturday as they used to, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I still have all these books I want to read before the end of this vlog, but I forget I have an extra day. That it doesn't end till Sunday night. So, I have finished 2 books since the last time I talked to you guys. The first book that I finished, I think, was on Tuesday night, so I'm sorry I didn't update you guys on Tuesday. And I'm just looking at my notes here, and that was Please See Us by Caitlin Mullen. This was a thriller, and it was a read from NetGalley, so thank you to the publisher Pocketbooks and to NetGalley for providing an e-arc for me. I did listen to it on audio, and I gave it 4.5 stars. I don't want to talk too much about what it's actually about, because it is a thriller, and I went into it not knowing anything about it, but the only thing I really want to tell you guys is it takes place in Atlantic City, and it is about these women being murdered, and they are not, how do I put this? They are working girls, if you will, or, you know, they have vices, and, you know, not that I'm saying that, you know, good people, you know, only bad people should, you know, I think you know what I'm saying. But it seems like somebody's taking it upon themselves to deal with some issues that are in Atlantic City, because it has gone quite downhill to as it was in its heyday. So the story is actually told in 4 different perspectives. I did listen to it on audio, and so you're getting one perspective of a woman by the name of Lily, who was living in New York City. She was a art dealer, like paintings and things like that. She represented artists, and she had a bad breakup, and she moved back home to Atlantic City, and she's kind of taken a job, a very low paying kind of a retail job compared to what it is that she used to do. And then there's a 16-year-old girl by the name of Clara, who is a fortune teller. And then the other perspective you get is a gentleman, and he's not really named until later, so I don't want to say anything. And you're getting a bit of stuff from his perspective. And then you're also getting this perspective from actually the dead women. And they go by the name of like Jane Doe 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. So you're kind of getting this like backstory on these women and what their circumstances are that led them to being in a certain place at a certain time. And, you know, I really don't want to divulge more than that. This was, I believe, the author's debut work, and it was fantastic. It was so atmospheric and so well written. I really liked the different perspectives, especially on audio. There were 4 different narrators. So if you get a chance to grab it on audio, I highly recommend it. I'm pretty sure I grabbed it off of Scribed. So have a look for it there in case you're interested. But yeah, if you're into thrillers. Now, this one wasn't a thriller in the sense where there was this huge twist. So I would put it maybe as more of like police procedural mystery, but I do think on Goodreads it is listed as a thriller, which is what I put it down as, because it was thrilling in that aspect. It just didn't have any sort of a big twist or anything like that. So, but it was still really good, and it was kind of more the whodunit aspect of it that I really liked as well. But like I said, really, really well written, highly enjoyable. Absolutely recommend it. The other one that I finished was The Bad Boy of Redemption Ranch by Maisey Yates, book number 9 in the Gold Valley series. I gave this one 4 stars. I really enjoyed this one. This is another one from NetGalley, so thank you to NetGalley and Harlequin for providing an e-arc of this one for me to read. And yeah, I like this one quite a bit. So this is the story of West and Pansy. And West has recently moved to town. You met him in the last book. And he is another one of Hank Dalton, who is like the matriarch of the family. Another one of his illegitimate children. So there's been a handful of them throughout the series. And he's in town to meet his father, but he has just gotten out of prison. He served 4 years for a white-collar crime that he actually didn't commit. His ex-wife framed him for that. And that's something you found out in the last book, so it's not like, if you're reading the series, it's not a huge surprise. And Pansy is actually a police officer in town, the only female on the Gold Valley police force. And she is up for police chief, I believe it is, which is a position her father held. Both her and West have pretty, they had difficult childhoods, to say the least, both of them. West didn't know who his dad was, and his mother didn't seem to really care about him or take care of him. And then Pansy, her parents died in a plane crash when she was only 6. And she was raised by her older brother and siblings and things like that. So it's essentially their romance. And I don't want to say much more than that. It was super cute. Maisey Yates just does these so well. It's a great small town atmosphere. There are a lot of characters that you're meeting that you've met in previous books. I don't see why you couldn't just pick this one up and read it. They're all companion novels is the way that I kind of look at it, but they all take place in the same small town. Same characters, and yeah, I have the next book, book 10, from NetGalley as well, which I'm going to be reading in July. And there is a Christmas one that's going to be coming out, I think, in the fall. So I'm super excited about that one too. So yeah, so this one was really enjoyable. So the other thing, right now I'm almost done. I'm more than halfway through a Babysitters Club book, so that'll take me no time to finish. I'm going to get that finished tonight, so I might pop back on here again tonight with another update. But work-wise, if you guys have been following me for a bit, yeah, I'm just thinking, I'm like, should I mention it in my Friday reads? But I'm like, oh, I'll just mention it here. Very quickly, is that I actually don't start work till Tuesday. So I'll talk more about that, or I will have talked more about that in my Friday reads, because it's just a little bit easier to kind of do, like, the week wrap-up kind of an idea. So, yeah, but rest assured, I still have a job, and I'm starting on Tuesday, next Tuesday. So I still have a few days off, which is kind of fun and kind of nice. Not being thrown back into the workforce, because I'm only going to be starting part-time, which is fine. And I knew that going into it. I knew that when I accepted the job, that it would only be part-time for the first little while, 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a month at the most. And then I'll be moved to full-time. And they're part-time. They're considering it still 25 to 30 hours a week. So that's still not bad. But yeah, I start training next week, so I'm super excited about that. And sorry about the bright orange shirt. I just realized how bright it was in the camera. But I got this at Walmart last October, so it's a Halloween shirt. I'm going to try and, not sure if I can, you guys probably can't read what it says, but it says Witch and Famous. I'm pretty sure it's a bed shirt, like a sleeper shirt, like to wear to bed. But I'm like, it's just so cute. I haven't worn it, and I found it packed away in a box, so I decided to wear it today. But yeah, because it's just kind of a lazy day around the house. It's really hot out today. Finally, last week it was really cool. Now all of a sudden it started to get nice and warm. So I'm doing some reading. I'm doing some knitting. I am working on the gray thing over my shoulder is a new sweater that I cast on. So you guys will see that at the end of this vlog on Sunday. I'll show you that, the progress I've made over it for the last few days. But like I said, I'm going to finish the Babysitters Club book today. I am also tomorrow going to finish the audiobook I'm currently listening to. And then I'm still hoping to finish, just let me look at my notes here, 2 more ebooks and another audiobook. So I think I had said I had 8 books I want to finish this week. It's only probably going to be 7, but still 7 is not too shabby at all. And Goran's here with me too. So, you know, he appears in every vlog, so I'll turn the camera on and let you guys see his pretty face. But I will probably talk to you guys again later this evening. Bye.
Here's a handsome guy, just laying here, purring away. Loves a good ear scratch, don't you, handsome? Yeah. He's a good boy. He's our good old guy, aren't you? Yeah. Oh my, it was that good. Now you gotta fix what the lady did. Oh, you're a funny guy. You're a funny guy.
Hi guys, it is still Thursday. It's about 7:30 at night, and I'm coming to you from the garage. Sort of, the garage and outside. I came out here to sit and relax for a bit. I've got a bit of a headache. I've had it for most of the afternoon. I think it's because of the heat. It's like 27 or 28 today, so Celsius for my American friends. Yeah, I'm not feeling the greatest, so I thought I'd come out here and get some fresh air. But I thought for a different view, I would come out and film from outside and give you guys a reading update for this afternoon. So I finished reading Stacey and the Missing Ring by Anna Martin, book 1 in the Babysitters Club mystery series. And I remember when I was younger really enjoying this, and I really enjoyed this series itself, just because I like the mystery aspect of it. I mean, clearly I loved mysteries. I mean, I used to read Nancy Drew all the time. But truth be told, rereading this now, and I haven't reread this book probably since I was a kid, was the fact that there isn't much of a mystery, to be completely honest. So the premise of the book is that Stacey's babysitting this very wealthy couple, and the wife's diamond ring goes missing, and of course they blame Stacey. Sorry, somebody was coming by walking their dog, and I figured they probably didn't want to be on camera. So anyway, and this ring goes missing, and the wife actually blames Stacey for the ring going missing. And as such, it seems as if the Babysitters Club starts losing all this business because she threatens to tell everybody. And Stacey, of course, denies that she wants this ring, or she stole the ring, and she didn't steal the ring, of course. But so the entire book is pretty much just the Babysitters Club worrying about the fact that they're not getting any business, and you know, and not really trying to find the ring. And then, of course, the ring is found. And even though I hadn't read it since I was really young, I knew exactly what happened to the ring. And I mean, it's pretty evident from when Stacey is babysitting. So yeah, I mean, it was cute. It was fun. It took me like literally a day to read. I'm giving it 3.5 stars just for enjoyment factor alone. But yeah, but that's pretty much about it for today, you guys. I'm gonna go in and relax, take some Tylenol. I think I'm gonna watch some booktube and do some knitting on my sweater. I am gonna try and start tonight What She Knew by Barb, which is the next book I have to read. And I wanted to get that one started tonight, but we shall see if I do or not. I don't have much of it that I am slated to read tonight. I do keep a list, if you guys know that, of how much I want to read every day so I can get all my books done that I want to read. I did put together my TBR for July, so that video will be coming in like a week. Like the last Saturday of June is when that one will come out. I'm going to film it this weekend. But I've got 30 books on that TBR, you guys. 30. Most of them, to be fair, are like right around 200 pages. So it seems like a lot, but page count wise, not so much. But anyway, now I'm rambling. Like I said, I'm going to go in, take something for my headache. And tomorrow I will be coming to you guys with an update because I plan on finishing a Highlander Walks into a Bar. And yeah, but I'll keep you guys posted as I go. So current total, I had originally 8, cut down to now 7 books I wanted to finish this week. I've now finished 3. So 3 out of 7. We're not doing too shabby for the week. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. Hi, guys. It's Sunday. This is Sarah from the future in this vlog. I am currently editing the vlog, and I've come to the realization that the clip I had for A Highlander Walks into a Bar by Lauren Trentham, was corrupted. And I was unable to do anything with it. It just came up as a black screen. So I wanted to pop in very, very quickly with a clip and share with you my final thoughts on that book, because I wanted to make sure that I got that in here for you guys, because I really enjoyed it. This one was a 4-star read. Super cute. It's about this a mother and daughter, and they live in a place called Highland, Georgia. And they pride themselves on this Highland festival that they have every year. And the mother and daughter live on this quite large estate. The father passed away years earlier. And so the mother, before this festival, she just comes back from a trip to Scotland. And it's a Highlander, Sarah, not a leprechaun. And she brings back a souvenir in the form of a 6-foot-tall older gentleman. So the daughter is thinking, like, okay, is this guy trying to swindle her mother out of the estate? Because the estate itself is worth quite a bit of money. And then this gentleman by the name of Alistair shows up, and he's actually Gareth. Gareth is the guy who the mother brought over. It's his nephew, but nobody knows that. And they have a family. It's not a secret, but they're not exactly telling the whole truth. So Alistair's there to bring his uncle back to Scotland. And, of course, during the time he falls for the daughter, whose name is escaping me right now. I'm so sorry. I've read 4 books since I read this one, so I do apologize. But, yeah, it was really cute. I listened to it on audio. It's available on Audible Escape, and it's the first in the Highland, Georgia series. And my only issue with the narration is the woman who narrated it did a really good job. She didn't have an easy job, let's put it that way. She had both to do a Southern Georgia accent as well as a Scottish accent. So kudos to her for giving it the old college try. Unfortunately, it didn't work as well as it could have, because what happened is that all of her male and female voices in each accent tended to sound the same. And then the other thing was, if it was a conversation between 2 of the characters, the Georgia accent and the Scottish accent, they often got like melded into one another at certain points. But it was still a really, really good book. I mean, it's on Audible Escape, so go ahead if you have it. Just go ahead and listen to it. I have the next 2 books in this series from NetGalley to read, so I'm not going to get to the next one in July. I'm hoping to get to it in August. And then the newest book that I have is actually a holiday-themed romance. So that I will probably be reading come November or December. But anyway, yeah, so that was just me jumping in here with a clip. I will see you guys in the next clip. Hi guys, happy Saturday. It is the 20th of June, and it is about, 9 o'clock at night? Yeah, I think it's just about 9:15 at night, and Gordon just came in the room. So yeah, I thought I'd come to... Yes, sir, I'll be with you in just a moment. I don't know if you guys could hear that sad little cry. It's time for his medicines and treats. So it is, like I said, about 9:15 at night. Happy first day of summer, by the way, as well. So anyway, I am here to talk to you guys about the book that I just finished. So I finished reading What She Knew by Barb. This is the 5th book in the Rustling Creek Crime Spree series, I think. It's an intrigue novel. I'll have, of course, the cover up over here. And it was okay. It was essentially about our main characters were Amber and Rylan, and they haven't spoken in 8 years. They were never really friends, and that was one of my issues with the book. I ended up giving it 3.5 stars, just so you guys know off the top. And he was, yes, Gordon, I'll be with you in a minute. He is best friends, or was best friends, with her older brother. So they were acquaintances, and then they had a kiss or something like that just in her last year of high school, and then now they haven't spoken for 8 years. He went and joined the military. He was a Navy SEAL, and now he's back in town, and as the book opens up, an infant little girl was left on his doorstep, claiming that she was his. And so the whole story kind of revolves around who's her mother, because he can't remember, goodness gracious, whiny. The complaints department is always open here, you guys. And, trying to find out who the mother is, and is it in fact his daughter, or is somebody just saying that? And of course there's bad guys after him, or after the little girl, and yeah. I mean, I liked it. It was entertaining. It was a fun time, something fun to read. It wasn't super fantastic. Let's be realistic. Again, my main issue is that they were never really friends.
And it had been 8 years. And then he just calls her out of the blue when this baby shows up. Like, and she even asked him, like, why did you call me? He's like, I don't know. And I'm like, well, that's kind of a cheesy way out of it. Of not explaining why he would call her. My thought process is that she's the only one that he knew in town still that might talk to him or something like that. So that's my thought on that one. The other thing is that there's all this danger going on, and they know very well that there's danger, but yet they insist on bringing the baby with them. Like, you know, her family has offered, like, let us look after the baby while you guys kind of deal with these bad guys. And they take the baby with them. That's just, no, that's bad. That's just my opinion, though. But anyway, so yeah, 3.5 stars. I mean, it was entertaining and I liked it, but it just wasn't anything that blew my socks off, let's put it that way. So tomorrow is the last day of the vlog, and I plan to have 2 more books finished. Right now we're at 5 out of 7 books completed for the week. And yeah, so I will come to you guys tomorrow with another update, the final update for the vlog, as well as, of course, showing you guys my knitting, and we will open some minis as well. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the final clip of the vlog. Today is the 21st of June. It is Sunday, and it is about 5:30 at night. So I did finish 2 books today, so that's exciting. Both of them I had already started yesterday. And so I want to share, of course, my reviews for both those books, as well as show you guys the bit of knitting that I've gotten done this week, as well as open my minis for all the books that I did finish this week. But before we get into everything, I wanted to say Happy Father's Day to everybody, because it is Father's Day today, and it's been a difficult day, a difficult last couple weeks. Hearing the ads on the radio and getting the emails for different places, oh, you know, celebrate Father's Day and buy this and treat your dad to that, and, you know, it's the first year after you lose somebody is always the hardest, those first holidays or special occasions or things like that. So it's been a difficult day to say the least. You know, I miss him terribly, absolutely. For those of you who are new, I lost my dad in January to cancer. He was a young 70, and so yeah, so it's been a harder day today. But the one thing I don't think I've ever done is I think I might have at one point, but to wish my dad a happy Father's Day, I thought I would show him to you today. So sorry for the glare, but there's my awesome dad and my nephew. I took this picture. This would be 2 years ago in the summertime before he got sick. It's my nephew's birthday today. My nephew turns 3. So on a much lighter note, it's nice to, I'm having a hard time looking at that picture. It's one of my favorites. It just so encompassed his personality, the big grin on his face, happy to be with his grandkids. So we're not going to do this right now. On to, yeah. So it's my nephew's 3rd birthday today as well. So that's exciting. My mom's over at my brother and sister-in-law's place for his little, you know, birthday barbecue thing. Garrett and I decided not to go over because it is crazy hot out today. And not that we didn't want to, we saw my nephew yesterday. We gave him his present. You know, he's 3. He doesn't really remember who's there and who's not. And my sister-in-law have a little bit of, like, they're in an apartment, right? And if there's a lot of people in there, it gets crowded and it's hot. So Garrett and I are like, no, we're okay. We'll stay home. So anyway, yeah, so that is that for today. Not too much else. Oh yeah, I updated. Okay, so I posted a video, a quick clip last night of the book that I finished yesterday. But the one thing I didn't talk about, because my mom was already in bed, so I don't like to be too loud in this room because it's just down the hall from her room, that I didn't share with you guys. So Garrett was working at a long-term care facility as working in sanitation, essentially. So his contract was supposed to be up on the 30th of June, which would be a week Tuesday. And then on Friday, he got pulled into the office 15 minutes before he was being sent, like, for him to go home, and was told that, you know, his contract was essentially done because the other guy that he was filling in for has decided to come back. So we're not too upset about it. We knew it was only temporary. It was only a week really earlier than he would have had anyway. He's already getting phone calls for other positions, so keep your fingers crossed. We're hoping by like maybe even the end of the week, he'll at least have some interviews, which will be great. And then I'll be starting work this week as well, so like this coming week, so that's good. Like I said, we're not worried about it at all. It'll actually be a big relief because driving in and out of this downtown core to take him into work was getting brutal. At the very beginning, when he first got hired back at the end of April, it was fine because everyone was at home. So to drive in and out of downtown Toronto was like the easiest ever. It's like there was nobody on the road but us. And then now it is ridiculous. Like it was to the point where I was leaving just before 2, because he would finish work at 3. So I would leave work just before 2 o'clock in the afternoon, or leave work. I would leave the house just before 2 to go pick him up, and we wouldn't get home till 4:30. So it's 2.5 hours in the car, in this heat, with the air conditioning on, burning gas, wear and tear on the car. Over the time that he was working there, I had 2 tires go on the car. Whether or not, I don't think either of them had anything to do with where I was, but it was the extra amount of driving that I was doing. To put in perspective, I had an oil change done on the 16th of May, and I don't know what this is in miles. If I remember to do it while editing, I'll put it here. But I have put over 3,000 kilometers on the car since the 16th of May, just driving him to work and back. So believe me, we are not upset about it. I mean, the pay was really, really good. He's being paid very well, but, you know, we're fine with it. We're absolutely okay with it. We're in a very good place right now, you know, like for finances and stuff like that. And the bonuses were here. And like my mom knows we're kind of in a transition phase right now with both of our jobs. So she is not, you know, it's not like she needs the rent money. So she's fine with it as long as we can pay like my car payments, my insurance, our cell phone bills, all those things, you know, and our groceries. She's okay with letting, you know, no rent being paid right now. So until we can like truly get back on our feet. So, you know, that's a good thing. So I'm really happy about that. So anyway, so yeah, so Garrett was supposed to work this weekend and he was saying goodbye to one of his, because he, you know, you kind of make friends with the guys you're working with, and he went up and they did the whole elbow bump because you're not supposed to like shake hands. And he's like, "Oh, pleasure working with you," right? And the guy's like, "What do you mean?" And Garrett's like, "Oh, my contract ended early." And the guy's like, "What? Does that mean I have to work this weekend?" Because they worked every other weekend. So yeah, looking out for number 1, right? So anyway, on to the books that I finished today. So I'm going to start off with in the order that I finished them. So earlier this morning, before lunch, I finished reading The Last Train to Key West by Chanel Cleeton. Oh my God, you guys. Oh my God. 5 stars. This book was amazing. Absolutely amazing. It was a special thanks to NetGalley. This book just came out, I think, last week. Special thanks to the publisher Berkeley. Was it Berkeley? Yeah, Berkeley and NetGalley for sending me this one to review. I did listen to it on audio, and I recommend it on audio if you can, because there are 3 different women that you're following in the book, and it's 3 different narrators, and it goes with all their perspectives. Really great on audio. I don't want to talk too much about this one because, as I said in my review, my written review for this one, that I kind of just went in knowing that I knew who the author was. Now, I haven't read either of her previous works, but I knew who she was, and I knew a lot of people liked her books. And the title intrigued me, the location intrigued me. Key West is another bucket list place that I want to visit in my lifetime, along with Australia, Alaska, and like New Orleans. But Key West is definitely, or the Florida Keys are definitely on that list for me. So I kind of went in really not knowing anything about it, and I just started listening to it. So essentially the basic plot of this book is, it's about 3 different women who are dealing with 3 different things, and they're all in Key West over the Labor Day weekend in 1935. So there is Helen, who is in an abusive marriage. She is very, very pregnant, due any day essentially, and she's in an abusive marriage. Then there is Elizabeth, who is not young, I mean, she's like probably in her early 20s, former society girl, kind of an idea. Family, you know, comes from money. They lost all their money in the market crash in 29, and she took a train from New York to Key West alone to try and find her brother. And then there is Marta, who is from Cuba, and she is married an American, and she is kind of on the first few days of her honeymoon in Key West. And these three women's lives intersect and intermingle at different points throughout the course of the story and interweave together, and it's brilliantly done. But on top of all of that and all the things that they are kind of going through, there is a hurricane that is about to hit. Now, when an author can do a historical fiction well, one of the key points for that for me is when I now want to look up the information of the actual event that took place. And there was. It was the hurricane that hit Key West Labor Day weekend of 1935 is the worst hurricane to make landfall, the worst Atlantic hurricane to make landfall until 2017, I think. It was brutal. They say they speculate anywhere between 400 and 1,000 people died. Now, if you think about the Florida Keys back then, they were not overly populated. So, you know, in amongst these women's stories is this hurricane bearing down on them that they don't know about until it happens, because the Weather Service wasn't properly able to predict it because it moved so quickly. So I have since been reading stuff online about this hurricane. I found a couple YouTube videos. I was going to link to one, but it's not the best. But if you're interested, do a search on YouTube, 1935 Labor Day hurricane, and you should get some hits. There was something done by the Miami Herald. It's like a 5-minute long video just kind of talking about it and the aftermath. It was fascinating, you guys. 5 stars. I thought it was brilliant. Again, when an author makes me now want to go and research a topic after finishing their book, you know it was good. And I really, really love this one. And I highly recommend that you all read it. If you're into historical fiction, this really just piqued the history bug for me. And the thing that I actually really also liked about it is, and this is gonna, is the simplicity of the women's stories. Like, these were not fantastical circumstances that these women were dealing with. One was in an abusive marriage, which is horrible, absolutely horrific. But sadly, it's not anything out of the ordinary. You know, I hate to say that, and I think a lot of you understand what I'm trying to say. You know, another woman searching for a family member. You know, that's kind of what happens. And a woman on her honeymoon. Now, within those, there are other incidences that are happening. But it's just so interesting as you're reading through the story how their lives intersect over the course of this weekend and you know, time following. And I could just go on and talk about it forever, but it's a book that's going to stay with me for a good long time, and I absolutely recommend it. And the last book that I finished this week, not quite as good, but still highly entertaining and enjoyable, was Evasive Action by Ericson. I gave this one 4.5 stars. It's a Harlequin intrigue. It is the first book in the Holding the Line series. So this is the one that I've been joking around about, that, you know, this is the one that you guys actually picked for me for my Harlequin anticipated read. So great job, you guys. Fantastic. I know you guys pick so well. That's why I asked you to do this for me, or to help me out. So essentially it's about a woman who's about to marry a guy when she finds out that he is a major drug dealer, or, you know, drug cartel kind of an idea. And as I've been joking around since I mentioned this one, it's like hashtag stuff you need to know before you get married. So she ends up taking off before the wedding, and she goes to her ex-boyfriends, who she actually left him at the altar a week before that they were supposed to get married. 2 years earlier, but a week before their marriage. And she shows up in this wedding dress, and he is actually a Border Patrol agent, and they're dealing with drug cartels. It takes place in Arizona, I think, or is it New Mexico? I think in both places, like, it kind of goes back and forth. So it's essentially them now dealing with her former fiance, kind of an idea. And of course, their romance. It was really enjoyable. This one actually was a little graphic in a way. Not like blood, guts, and gore graphic, but it talks about like severed heads, and because they find one on the boyfriend's, her name is April and his name is Clay. And somebody leaves one on his front porch, just like poor Brad Pitt in the movie Seven. We're going back. Oh, spoiler alert for Seven if you've never seen it. For the tail end of it. But yeah, in that part of it, like that aspect of it, it's a little gruesome. And I read that first chapter before I went to bed last night, and I read about that part. I'm like, all right, now it's time for bed. So yeah, but it was really well written. I really liked the characters. The story was highly entertaining, lots of action, really fun. I absolutely recommend it. You know, it's the first in a series, so jump into this series and enjoy. So yeah, so that's all that I've read this week, you guys. 7 books, not too shabby. But as I said, I want to show you guys my knitting, so I'm going to show you my knitting, then I'm going to open the minis. So before I show you, I'll show you the blanket. I'll show you this first. Sorry, let me reach. So if you follow me on Instagram, you saw the other night that I posted that I had started knitting a sweater. Well, the sweater I started knitting was The Weekender by Andrea Mowry, and I was really excited about this. I have the yarn for it, a sweater's quantity of this yarn, and as I was knitting into it, I just wasn't happy with it because the yarn was too soft. I know that sounds weird, but when you look at a pattern, you can kind of gauge, is it a more rustic sweater or is it a softer, flowier type sweater? And the fabric I was getting, like the knitted fabric I was getting, was more soft, more flowy. And I thought, okay, I'm going to order the yarn for this one later. But I still wanted to use, I had a sweater's quantity of this lovely gray yarn. So I decided, with the help of Rainy over at Rainy Day Reads, because she's going to be knitting one of these soon too. So this is her first sweater that she's going to knit. And for me, this is my 3rd time knitting this sweater. But it's a free pattern from 2 designers, and their name is Tin Can Knits. I will leave link to the pattern in the description box below if you guys are interested. And the sweater is a cardigan, and it's called Harvest. And that's what it looks like. So it's a free pattern, again. So I'm not giving anything away by showing you guys any of this. But I literally started it last night, and this is how far I am. This is essentially going to be like the collar, right? So I'm about halfway done. So I got to do the rest of it, and then you kind of pick up stitches, and then you build down here. So like I said, this is my 3rd time knitting it. The first time I knit it wasn't this was actually my first sweater I ever knit. And I knit it for my grandmother, and God bless her, it looked horrible, and she still wore it all over the place. She was so proud that her granddaughter knit this, and it wasn't like I was 12. I was like 35. And like one arm was longer than the other, and you know, it was horrific, like in my eyes, but in her eyes, she loved it. And again, God bless her. And then I reknit it again about a year or 2 later for a friend that was having a baby. Because the cool thing about this sweater, for any of you who are knitters out there, again, free pattern, and it comes in sizes 0 to 6 months, all the way up to 4XL. So you could fit anybody in you could knit one for every member of your family, yeah, right? So I've got it highlighted, you know, my size and all that stuff. And I do highlight throughout the pattern, you know, where I need to know what size I need to do and stuff like that. So, so yeah. So I've started this one. The yarn, I cannot remember what it is. I think it's Barocco, and it's in a gray. I don't know. I had a sweater's quantity of this, and it's like, you know, it's not cheap yarn. I mean, it's not like, you know, crappy yarn. It's good yarn. But I'm very, very much happier with this yarn, with this sweater, as opposed to the other one. The other one will get knit eventually, and I really should work on one of the other 7 knitting projects I have in my little craft cart over there over my shoulder in that teal color. So the other thing, of course, I'm going to show you guys is the blanket. And this is my crazy sock yarn blanket. I got, how many did I put in last week? 5 or 6 new squares? Let me see here. Oh, I gotta weave in some ends at some point. So this is gonna be fun because I ended a row last week. So that bright pink one is the last square that I added. So I put that one in. I love how that one is almost like striping, but not really. It's like almost like fading striping. I think it's so pretty. And then this purple one, and then this purple one. And then, because we finished a row, we started a new row, which is always exciting. So I added, so it was 6 squares. So I added these 3 squares. That purple and blue one, which I think is just stunning. This one, which I love that yarn so, so much. That is so pretty. And then this one here. So those are the 3 that I've added in. So yes, we started a new row. We are at 483 squares in the blanket as of right now. 483. So that is like, this is like height, right? That's the height. And then this is the width, and it's 40 squares wide. So yeah. So I'll be knitting on this thing forever. I think I looked at it and I did the math. I need 1,600 squares in total. I'm about 30% of the way through. So not too shabby. I'll be still at it for a while. But I am adding a lot of squares into this when I'm adding it for like every book that I'm finishing. So that's always exciting. So as I've been doing, and I think you guys have, like, you know, nobody has said don't do this. So I'm going to continue doing it this way. I have all of my minis here. Again, for those of you who are new, the way I pick the yarn for these is that I have minis in, you know, at the beginning of the month, I put a little mini in each little envelope. I write the book title on the envelope for my TBR, and then I go ahead and I open them here to show you guys. So I'm going to go in order. Just bear with. I just want to see what was the first one. Okay, so the first book that I finished this week was Please See Us, and this was by Cleeton Mullen, and as I was saying, nobody, you know, I kind of like doing this last week, that I'm going to just kind of do a quick rundown of all the books that I finished, because I have no idea how long this vlog is, and, you know, I may have talked about a book like an hour ago for you guys. So it was Please See Us by Cleeton Mullen. I gave this one 4.5 stars. Again, this was a NetGalley read. It originally came out in March of 2020, so thank you to Pocket Books and NetGalley for the e-arc. The narrators on this one, there were 4 different narrators, was Corey Brill, Piper Goodeve, Hillary Hubbard, who does an amazing job, and Dara Rosenberg. They all did amazing jobs, but I know Hillary Hubbard has done other works that I've really liked, so, and this was, of course, a thriller, and it was really, really good. So the yarn for this one is, and the yarn has, as I like to say, the yarn has nothing to do with the book cover, nothing to do with any of that. It's just a random yarn I put in a random envelope. Wow. It's not that bright. The camera's really blowing out how bright that color is, but that's really, oh, it's tweed. It's got the little tweedy bits. Tweedy bits, that's the word of the day. If you made it this far in the video. Post tweety bits in the comments below. So there's that one. The next one that I finished was The Bad Boy of Redemption Ranch, which got added last minute. So that's why I had to put a different one on here. And this was, of course, by Maisey Yates. I gave this one 4 stars. It also came from NetGalley, so thank you again, NetGalley. This one came out this month in June, so thanks to Harlequin and NetGalley for this book. Book number 9 in the Gold Valley series, and this was a contemporary romance. A cowboy contemporary romance, which you all know I love so much. So this one, ooh, that's pretty. We've kind of got, like, we've got lots of colors in there. So there's, like, you can see inside. It looks like there's a teal and a pink, and we've got orange, and wow, that one's going to knit up real neat. Oh, I'm very interested to see what that one's going to look like knit up. And then I finished Stacey and the Missing Ring by Ann M. Martin. Book number, or I gave this one 3.5 stars. Book number 1 in the Babysitters Club mystery series. And this was a middle grade fiction mystery story. It was cute. You saw the whodunit coming a mile away, let's be realistic. So this one, oh, this is pretty. So this is Wool Mize, and it's Franz is the colorway. Look at the teals and the greens. Last week seemed to be all purples. This week we're getting like blues and teals in here. So that's kind of neat the way that's working out, because these are literally all random. I just put them in the envelopes at random. So there's that one. And then I finished, oh, I loved this one, you guys. A Highlander Walks into a Bar, and this was by Lauren Trentham. I gave this one 4 stars. First book in the Highland Georgia series. The narrator on this one was Siri Scott, and this is a contemporary romance novel. Really enjoyable. So, oh, purple, and this one's from my friend Lynn. Oh, very much matches my shirt, doesn't it? So thank you, Lynn. No idea what this is. She writes underneath what the yarn is, but that's really, really pretty. All right, and then we have What She Knew by Barb Hahn, which I finished, was it yesterday, I think? So yeah, so I just talked about this one yesterday. 3.5 stars. This was a Harlequin intrigue, another NetGalley read, came out in April. Again, thank you to Harlequin for the e-arc for this one. Book number 5 in the Rushing Creek Crime Spree series, and it was a romantic suspense. Ooh, pretty. So this one, sorry. You guys are like, show us the yarn. So there's that. That's pretty. Look at that. Can I get that to focus? There we go. Look at how lovely that is. Wow. Love the colors on that. So this is Have You Any Wool is the name of the yarn dyer. And the colorway is called Famous for Nothing. That's cute. So there's that one. And then, of course, today, the last train to Key West, as you guys know, I just ranted. I just raved about it 5 stars. NetGalley, thank you to Berkeley again for the e-arc. I did listen to this on audio. The narrators were, sorry, I can't read. Kayla Garcia, Rachel L. Jacobs, and Carissa Vacker. And this was, of course, a historical fiction novel, so thank you again. Oh, that one was so good. I was so happy to get it. Ooh, pretty. Look at that one. Pinks and whites. Very nice. Very, very nice. And then last but not least, the one I just talked about, Evasive Action by Carol Ericson. 4.5 stars, Harlequin Intrigue novel, book number 1 in the Holding the Line series. A romantic suspense. And here we have, oh, one that's already balled up. Ooh, we have Bright, Summer, and Sparkly. Look at that, you guys. Look, that's neon. Oh, I love it. And it's, can you see? Hold on. Can you see the sparkle in it? Oh, wow. That is all kinds of awesome. Oh, I just love it. Oh, that makes me happy. I don't know. Did I knit something with this? Maybe I have it somewhere else in my blanket. Because it's already rolled into a ball, which makes me think I've already done something with it. Or I've gotten it from a friend or something like that. So yeah. So there's all the yarns. That's the end of the vlog, you guys. I did not get any filming done this weekend, any other filming done this weekend. I wanted to, but I've been pretty much having a lazy weekend. Because I didn't have to drive Garrett in and out to work, I just decided to relax and get some reading done and stuff like that. And try and watch some BookTube, which is how I plan on spending the rest of the night. I do plan on doing some filming tomorrow on Monday. So the video is going up on next Monday and Saturday, like, next week. Or no, Wednesday and Saturday. I have a special video coming on Wednesday that I do not want to... It's a secret... It's a secret video. It's not a secret video. It's going to be a fun video. It's going to be a recommendations video. And I hope you guys are going to like it because I kind of love the idea. And then next Saturday will be my TBR for July, which is always exciting. So yay. So that's all I got, guys. I want to thank you all so very much for watching. And yeah, until my next video, everybody, take care and happy reading. Thanks for watching again. Bye, guys.